Alright, so here we go. Actually start right here. Okay, so at the front of the community center, that might even be better. Okay, so we got this antenna right here. Looks like a loudspeaker. I don't know, use a loudspeaker. I don't know, I guess we'll figure that out later. Just where it's pointing at. And we'll get to that in a minute. There's the Wi-Fi antenna. Okay. That one's working. And if I have my frequency detector here, I'd be able to show that. But I don't. I'll have to do that later. Another video. Okay, then we got power box here. Okay. You got two pieces of conduit. One right there going to the power box. Understandable. You know, and then of course to the power line. Okay. We got two cables coming from the power line. You see them? This one and that one. This one, that one, both go to that piece of conduit. This piece of conduit is another story. Look at this. This is tied into the power lines. I think it has to do with a VLF antenna, personally, like nature radio, used for malicious purposes. You got these two things right here. Looks like a live wire hanging down right there from one of them. And both of them go to that piece of conduit, right? And into the ground. Okay. So, very interesting stuff. Then this goes over here, strangely so, to that tree. And down the tree into a roll of cables. Doesn't seem like they really go anywhere, but you never know. Alright, then we got over here. Now let's keep going this way. Here's the other Wi-Fi antenna. Okay. That one, from what I remember with my frequency detector, doesn't work. It doesn't give off any signal. Okay. Let me come over here. Yeah. This antenna I was pointing out earlier. Okay. I'm not going to worry about where that's pointing at right now, but it's got a cable, goes to it. Splits off right here. Okay. Goes to that. And like a phone line, it looks like. This looks like a grounding cable. Separate. Goes right there. Tested to 350 megahertz. I don't know if you can read that right there or not. Doesn't seem like it's just clear in the camera. So it tested to 350 megahertz EIA something. I'm not sure what a lot of the numbers mean, but I do understand the megahertz one. Cat SE, so it could be a like an Ethernet cable type deal, I guess. I don't know. Cat 6, doesn't look like one. Maybe it is. Okay. Then the Ethernet cable in the back, or the Wi-Fi antenna cable, goes along this to the back, front, that. But then this goes here, that long cable. This is where it starts to get a little more interesting. goes to this other antenna over here. All right. Wraps around the tree. Now you would think that this cable right here goes to the power lines, right? But it doesn't go to the power lines at all. With communication lines or whatever they got going on. They put a lot of the PG&E cables underground up here because of the fire. So yeah, these do look like communication lines. And there's the PG&E green PG&E box right there. But these cables don't go there. See, that cable specifically cuts across the power lines or the whatever communication lines, and it goes over here across the street. It's this big tree right here. A piece of conduit right there, separate from the lines you see going that way. This one just comes straight down here. Very strange, right? Oh, there's a car coming. You know, another thing that kind of got me wondering about all this stuff when I started looking around the other day was the fact that the people that own the property in the Maple Creek Ranch here, they exempt license plate, like Challenger, Silver Challenger pulls in to their property. Well, exempt place, it's like, it's like, undercover like law enforcement and stuff. Hence, again, illegal government surveillance. So we're going to walk down here. Another strange thing is when I went down this road right here, just right after I got over the hump of that little hill right there, I started walking. There was a tree farm. It said recreation, water, la-di-da-di-da, all that good shit. Then 8:45 in the morning on a Sunday, this lady pulls up, which is one of my neighbors, is my neighbor's ex-wife or whatever you want to say, baby's mama. I don't know. She's not a very nice person, in my opinion. And she stops me and says, "This is private property, you need to leave." Okay. It says tree farm, recreation, this is private property, you need to leave. Well, whose property is it? It doesn't matter, you need to leave. Well, so I'll just call the sheriff. And she just peels out and books it. It's like, fuck. Okay, so I just turned around and left. Whatever. Not a big deal. I was trying to find an alternative route to my friend's house on the other side of the little town here, mountain town here. So anyway, the other day I was walking down the street, to my friend's house because I can't go the other way now. I guess I never really have. I was looking for it. I was told I could, but I came across this same antenna that is or loudspeaker looking thing. I'm sure it's an antenna. At this person's house over here where my neighbor happened to be parked, who's been stalking me, gang stalking me, V2K, all the electronic harassment crap, whole 9 yards. And now we're coming up on it pretty soon here. And it's pointed right at the antenna at the community center. And I thought that was very interesting, to say the least. So, it's right there. 9841 Cohasset. I guess that's the address. I really like these little antennas here. See them? It's pointed directly at the community center. I don't know where the second one is pointed at, but it's obviously pointed down there, and I think I know where, but I'm not going to deal with that today. So, just showing that, yeah, something weird is going on. And, whatever it is, I'm going to get to the bottom of it, because I am sick of being gang stalked. I really am. And I know it's a hard road, because all the, elite people, authorities involved, like the district attorney, and, whoever else. And that's okay. Because I'll be damned if I'm going to live dealing with this shit for the rest of my life. I'd rather die and hopefully, at least make some progress and help other targeted individuals get out from under this bullshit. So that's where I'm at with it. So I'm going to take this video to a friend and show them and see what they think. Because they're a little more knowledgeable about this kind of stuff than I am. Maybe it's nothing. Who knows? I don't think it's nothing. That's for damn sure. But anyway, about back at the community center. I've had phones bricked, over at the community center, showing different locations like across the street. I've been stalked for quite a while now. It's been going on like about 13 years, but I didn't find out till about 6 years ago. And as soon as I found out something weird was going on, I started documenting everything I could. I've had a lot of stuff deleted. They've been breaking into my house, trying to get everything they can. They've even been breaking into my friend's house, deleting my evidence over there where I've been trying to keep it. And he doesn't always remember to take it down to Chico and hide it for me. He leaves it in his truck or his room, and they just break in and they just delete it. Change it, alter the files, whatever, they do. But I've retained quite a bit. So even though they deleted stuff, I think I still have a pretty solid case, to say the least. So we're going to handle it. Anyway, and right here at the community center. This box. Rabbit signing off.